On the outskirts of the small, unassuming town of Eldridge stood a house that had long since faded into legend. Its structure, a towering Victorian relic flanked by looming oaks and tangled vines, was known to locals as Whispering Manor. Its reputation was driven by stories of odd sounds and chilling occurrences, tales passed down from one generation to the next. The sound of scratches behind the walls, long after the last occupant had fled, the scent of old, sweet decay that seemed to seep from the very soul of the building. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in a wash of orange and purple, Derek and Anna stood on the cracked cobblestone path leading to the manor's grand entrance, a creaky door hanging slanted off its hinges. Childhood friends turned curious explorers, they had returned to Eldridge after many years, drawn by an unexplainable yearning to unravel the mysteries trapped within the manor's crumbling facade. "I can't believe we're finally doing this," Anna whispered, her voice trembling despite her attempt to feign confidence. "It's about time," Derek responded with a nod that wasn't as firm as he intended. "We've talked about solving the manor mystery since we were kids. If not now, then when?" Steeling themselves against an invisible chill, they ventured inside, each step creaking on the wooden floor, echoing into the silence that loomed like a dense fog around them. The air was thick with dust, swirling lazily in the beams of their flashlights. Shadows stretched and recoiled eerily as they moved, casting peculiar silhouettes. The first floor revealed little but neglect, faded wallpaper, tarnished chandeliers, and furniture shrouded in cobwebs. Yet it was on the second floor that the alleged screams and cries had been reported by those brave, or foolish, enough to approach the manor at night. Derek and Anna ascended the staircase cautiously, its banisters groaning under their weight. In the upper hallway, the air turned curiously colder. The door to the last bedroom at the end of the corridor seemed to beckon, slightly ajar and inviting. Derek exchanged a hesitant glance with Anna before pushing it open. Inside, the room was eerily intact. A single, dusty bed stood against the wall, and a dilapidated dressing table gazed back at them with a cracked mirror. Just as Derek took a step forward, a sound like a hushed whisper swirled around them. Anna gasped and gripped his arm tighter. "Did you hear that?" she asked, her eyes wide. "It must be the wind," Derek assured, though he himself was unconvinced. Yet, as if provoked by his dismissive words, the whispers grew louder, culminating in a cascade of unintelligible murmurs echoing off the walls. Drawn as though in a trance, they approached the mirror on the dressing table, which seemed to pulse with life. As they stood before it, Derek reached out a hand to brush away the years of dust. To their astonishment, the reflection was not of them, but of two different figures, children in period clothing, one a girl with severe braids and the other a boy in knickers, frozen in poses of terror. A tremble of recognition passed between Derek and Anna. The whispers coalesced into words, children's voices, pleading, fearful. "Help us," the voices cried in unison, the words reflected not only in sound but etched into the mirror's surface. No sooner had the plea been spoken than the faces in the mirror shifted, morphing into twisted, grotesque visages of despair. "Run!" Derek shouted, though neither needed encouragement. Together, they sprinted from the room, the manor seeming to sigh in disappointment as they fled down the stairs. The whispers chased them, growing to a cacophony of grief and pain. Bursting through the front door and into the safety of the night, Derek and Anna gasped for breath, the manor looming behind them, walls once again standing silent. Yet the memory of those pleading faces lingered long after, urging them to uncover the truth buried beneath the manor's haunting facade. Motivated by a new purpose, they knew they would return, not just to flee from the terror, but to finally solve the mystery, to silence the whispers once and for all.